It's the country's largest vinyl record pressing plant, and we're going inside. Music City 411 starts now. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Music City 411. I'm your host, Shane Tallant, and as I told you, we are now inside United Record Pressing here in Nashville, Tennessee. This place is amazing, and I'm joined with spokesperson for the press, Jay Millar. Good to see you, and I imagine, this place has been around for so long. Tell me a little bit about the history of United Record Pressing.
Well, the history goes back quite a ways. Company's been around since 1949. We've been in this location since 1962. We've pressed the majority of the Motown 45s, most of the Stax stuff, the Sun stuff. We now press just about everything, from 7-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, even the occasional 8-inch or 13-inch record, strange stuff like that. The room we're in has a lot of history as well. It's always existed as a party room. There's been a signing party for a 16-year-old Hank Williams Jr. in this room. There's been parties for the Cowsills, the Supremes, Smokey Robinson. Adjacent to the party room is what we call the Motown Suite. It was created when they built this building in 1962, because at that time the company's two largest clients were Motown and VJ, who had predominantly black artists and black executives. And at that point in time, in Nashville in the 60s, there were few, if any, hotels that would accept them due to the color of their skin. A lot of history.
Clearly a lot of history, and we're going to learn more about the actual pressing process. But first, congratulations are in order for Winona Judd. She recently got married. Congratulations to Winona Judd and Cactus Moser. The couple tied the knot June 10th on the Singer's Farm in Leapers Fork, Tennessee, just south of Nashville. Cactus, who was 55, and the drummer in Winona's band, The Big Noise, has been dating his now missus since 2009. They got engaged on Christmas Eve of last year. Winona told Us Weekly magazine, "I felt a joy that hasn't been there before." Congratulations to Winona and Cactus. All right, Jay, here we are. It looks like we have from start to finish the actual process of what becomes a vinyl record. Can you tell us what's going to happen here?
Yes, certainly. In terms of the vinyl itself, we get it in pellet form, so it comes in like this. This would be like our standard black vinyl. It gets heated to about 250 degrees and formed into what we call a biscuit. The stampers would come together very slowly, but at 6,000 pounds of pressure, just pressing those grooves into the record. In terms of the music itself, it all starts with the lacquer. Whatever you're sending to it, be it analog tape, a CD, digital files, even a microphone, it cuts it at real time and actually cuts those grooves into the lacquer. We bring that over to our electroplating facility, which we have here on site, and that's where we make the metal parts that will eventually press the grooves into the record. And what they do is they spray it with a very thin coating of silver, and then the silver sprayed lacquer gets dropped into a electroplating tank, and it spins in that tank for about an hour and a half. So after an hour and a half, we pull it apart, and we've got basically a backwards copy of the lacquer. Basically, that's how we get the music into the grooves.
Absolutely fascinating. We got a couple more questions for Jay before we wrap this up. But first, you may recognize a pretty big star in country music sitting alongside a fast food restaurant icon. Take a look. Funny man Brad Paisley can be seen alongside a very famous face in a new series of commercials, but it's not who you would expect, and certainly not another country star. Paisley's small screen co-star is none other than Jack in the Box's famed round-headed founder Jack. In the comical commercials, Paisley and Jack meet, and the singer becomes an instant fan of the tasty burgers, though he's hesitant at first. Paisley said he was flattered when he was asked to be part of the campaign. Okay, Jay, let's talk about the resurgence of vinyl. Everyone knows iTunes and even CDs, but vinyl's made a comeback in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'd say every year over the past 10 years we've had a substantial increase. And oddly enough, I think it's the rise in digital that's brought on the rise in vinyl. Digital has come along and brought on sort of the peak of convenience, and with the emergence of digital, there's also this new sort of void where people are wanting something tangible. They're wanting, the liner notes, the artwork. They're wanting that experience of walking sort of a library-esque, bookshelf of music. Everybody should pull out their turntables again. When you hear it on vinyl, it's a completely different experience, and there's just something to be said for holding that jack in your hands and reading through those liner notes or those lyrics.
Thanks so much, Jay, for spending the time with us. Check them out online because they give tours here at United Record Pressing. Thanks so much for watching this week. I'm your host, Shane Tallant. Make sure you check us out on Twitter and our website, musiccity411.net. Thanks for loving country music. We'll see you next week.